The iPhone 18 Pro is still about 5 months away from release, but today I have for you the best and most accurate look yet at Apple's 2026 through 2027 iPhone lineup. Here's iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max, the first new iPhones presented by Apple's new CEO, John Ternus. As you can tell, the design is fairly similar this year, which makes sense given the big redesign we just saw last year. The biggest change is up front, where after 4 years, the dynamic island is finally shrinking. The IR camera is going underneath the display and off to the left, while the dot projector remains visible alongside the front camera, obviously. The bezels, though, will remain the same. Around back, the design is fairly similar, except the back glass will be more similarly colored to the aluminum unibody rather than being a two-tone design like the iPhone 17 Pro. Overall, aesthetically, the iPhone 18 Pro looks very familiar, but of course, it's what's on the inside that counts. And this year is expected to be huge. Inside, we're expecting a new A20 Pro chip based on TSMC's N2 2nm process. This chip will not only be Apple's first 2nm chip, it'll also be the first chip based on WMCM, or wafer-level multi-chip modules, where each part of the chip is built on separate dies on the same chip package, including the unified memory for the first time, significantly increasing memory bandwidth, which will be very useful for on-device AI tasks. Sitting alongside A20 Pro is the new Apple C2 modem. C2 will be the first time Apple rolls out their modem to the entire flagship iPhone lineup, officially ending their partnership with Qualcomm. C2 will be the first mmWave modem from Apple and the enabling hardware for a truly game-changing feature. The iPhone 18 Pro will be able to access full cellular data via satellite. This is extending upon Apple's current satellite efforts for messaging, emergency SOS, Find My, and roadside assistance, all via satellite. Now you can just access anything you want via satellite. So if you're in an area without good cell service, no problem, the iPhone 18 Pro has you covered. This will almost certainly be paving the way for Apple to start charging for satellite features. While Apple has been saying every year that these features will remain free for 2 years, they've kept extending it. I predict all the features we currently have will remain free forever, and these new cellular satellite capabilities will be a paid subscription. Maybe this could be paving the way for Apple to start their own carrier, but that's a topic for another day. The cameras on the iPhone 18 Pro will also be a big step forward. The main camera is expected to gain a variable aperture, which allows you to manually adjust the aperture to let more or less light in to adjust the depth of the field. And the ultra-wide sensor will now be made by Apple's #1 competitor, Samsung. As for the telephoto, Apple will be implementing a new teleprism technology, which could allow for more zoom at the loss of light being let in. But since the aperture of the telephoto lens will be improved, that should help compensate for that. The iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max will come in 4 new colors: silver, space black, a new mist blue, and an all-new dark cherry. Overall, while not being a huge upgrade, the iPhone 18 Pro will be a meaningful upgrade. But that's nothing compared to the other iPhone expected this fall.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy.
This is iPhone Ultra, the first ever foldable iPhone. And yeah, it looks very interesting. The device features a very wide 1.43 by 1 aspect ratio when unfolded, which is the same as an 11-inch iPad. But that means when folded, the device features an unusually wide 1.47 by 1 aspect ratio, meaning when it's folded, it'll be wider than an iPhone 18 Pro Max, but shorter than an iPhone 5. The outer display is around 5.5 inches, while the inner display is around 7.8 inches. On the side, this device will only be 4.5 millimeters thin unfolded, the new thinnest Apple product ever. And when folded, it'll be around 9.5 millimeters thin, only slightly thicker than an iPhone 18 Pro at 8.8 millimeters. The iPhone Ultra will feature a titanium frame, a liquid metal hinge, and a new display material to reduce the crease drastically. Up front, the outer display will feature a single hole punch camera, while the inner display features an under-display front camera. Around back, you'll find only 2 rear cameras, wide and ultra-wide, no dedicated telephoto. The volume buttons will be located on the top of the device, being in the same position folded and unfolded. The side button doubles as a Touch ID sensor, as there will be no room for Face ID sensors, and the camera control sits just below the side button. Like the iPhone Air, the iPhone Ultra will be eSIM only worldwide due to its thin design. Inside, iPhone Ultra will feature similar specs to the iPhone 18 Pro we just talked about. Apple's 2nm WMCM A20 Pro chip, 12 gigabytes of RAM, C2 modem, etc. But the battery will be the biggest ever on an iPhone at 5,500 mAh, compared with the iPhone 18 Pro Max, which is expected to have a 5,200 mAh battery. This is likely thanks to a high-density battery design shared across the two cells. This battery will be even bigger than Samsung's upcoming Galaxy Z Fold 8, which will feature a 5,000 mAh battery. But of course, a foldable isn't complete without good software. In this case, iPhone Ultra will run a beefed-up version of iOS 27 specifically designed to accommodate the foldable display. For the first time ever, you can run split-screen and slide-over apps on the iPhone, just like the iPad. iPhone Ultra will come in 2 colors, silver and space black, and will be priced starting at a pretty hefty $2,299 for 256 gigs, and likely ranging upwards of $2,699 for 1 terabyte. Now, while iPhone Ultra is expected to be announced alongside the iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max, it'll likely not be available alongside them, or at least not a lot of them. Apple may either push back the release of the device by a month or so, or have very limited quantity at launch. Either way, you may want to start waiting in line. Next up, iPhone 18. You may be wondering, why didn't we start the video with this? And that's because the device will not launch this fall, and rather launch early next year as part of a new split release strategy. The iPhone 18 will feature a similar design to the iPhone 17, but now featuring that smaller dynamic island. So the rest of the changes are internal, with a new A20 chip with 12 gigabytes of RAM now, the C2 modem officially completing Apple's transition away from Qualcomm modems, and perhaps some other smaller changes. Next, iPhone 18e, which is expected to launch alongside iPhone 18. iPhone 18e will finally feature a 6.1-inch display with dynamic island, but before you get too excited, it's still 60Hz. However, this will likely be the final 60Hz iPhone, as the iPhone 19e in 2028 will be 120Hz. For the iPhone 18e, we should expect a new design with contoured edges from the iPhone 15 and newer, and the same internal improvements with the A20, C2, and more. And finally, let's talk about iPhone Air 2. iPhone Air 2 will feature the same beautiful design as we have right now, but now featuring that smaller dynamic island. And while some rumors point towards the second rear camera, I'm going to place a bet that those rumors are bullshit. This phone will likely still feature a single rear camera. Renders like this are physically impossible, as the second camera would sit on top of the dynamic island, which is not physically possible unless the phone was like twice as thick. Now, renders like this are physically possible, but they look ugly, completely defeating the purpose of the Air. I think this device will still feature a single rear camera, but with some quirks to replicate the effect of multiple cameras, such as a liquid lens, a mechanical lens, maybe some AI to replicate the spatial photo effect for Vision OS, and maybe some other things. Either way, a single camera is likely to stay. And inside, we should expect the same A20 Pro, 12GB of RAM, and C2 modem from the iPhone 18 Pro. This device, alongside the aforementioned iPhone 18 and iPhone 18e, will launch in early 2027, roughly 5 to 6 months after the iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone Ultra. So, that's Apple's 2026 to 2027 iPhone lineup, one of the biggest revamps to the lineup in the product's 20-year history. And that's not even touching the iPhone 20 coming later in 2027. But that's for another video. Which of these 6 iPhone models are you most excited for? Let me know in the comments.